So I challenge everybody to truly give themselves that space and that opportunity to sit in those feelings. I don't care how uncomfortable they are. A lot of times they're necessary, right? Depression is something we're all going to experience.
Mm-hmm.
Anxiety is something we are all going to experience at various
Mm-hmm.
points throughout our life. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you fundamentally. It doesn't mean you're fundamentally a broken person. It just means it is a response to something. It's a response to something. So if you felt that, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. But it does mean my body's trying to tell me I need to address this.
But let's talk a little bit more about from a practical standpoint. How can we
Yeah.
go about embracing the uncomfortable?
Well, I would say I definitely try to always model like the
Mm,
behavior, right?
yes.
Like the behavior I'm trying to help other people to do, like I got to make sure I'm doing it too, right? So my example number one would be for those of you that were watching earlier, you saw me do it. Like you watched me do it a moment ago when I was talking about my loss in response to somebody commenting. And I say that because it might look simple, but it's not actually. It actually required a lot of therapy, a lot of time really working at it. It's not very simple to sit with somebody and like bare your soul, right? And show these really vulnerable, painful, difficult parts of your existence. It's very difficult. It's never lost on me as a therapist that like somebody comes in and they are willing to share the most deepest painful parts of themselves. It's never lost upon me. I always have the utmost respect because it is damn hard to do so. I've been on the other side many times. I know. But the
Yep.
point is, it's part of it, like you were talking about a moment ago, right? Visualizing it. Part of it, you got to see it. You need to see it. So I'm going to make sure that I'm doing it. I'm not just telling people, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing it because it makes it feel right, less uncomfortable, right? We know, we've talked about it before. I'm going to say it again. We talk about journaling.
Mm,
Journaling is very important because sometimes, going back to the metaphor about the dragging the sled, I need to know what's on the sled. I can't embrace the thing that I don't know. I can't address the thing that I don't know.
mm-hmm.
So I need to identify what are those things that I'm running from, that I'm afraid of, that I don't tell anybody. What are they? That's where journaling can come in because I need to reflect on it. What is it? Let me take some time and try to figure that out. Then I can ask myself, okay, this was the situation. This is what I've gone through. Going back to Jackie's example, I lost a loved one. I lost a parent. I feel sad. Maybe I feel depressed. Well, what's it in relation to? I lost somebody important. Is that okay? Hell yeah, it's okay. Yes, it's absolutely okay. It's normal. So I'm identifying what's going on there. Now that I've identified it, let me sit in it. Why does it make me sad? Why? Because I miss them.
Mm,
I miss them so much, it hurts every day. I have to learn to be okay sitting in that, understanding, yes, they're not physically here. And if for those of you that are religious or you follow any type of faith-based institution, you can lean in on your faith. If you're spiritual, you can lean on your spirituality. Or if you're just person-centered like myself, maybe you put your faith in people. I still believe good things are going to come from life just because I had to have this painful experience, right? So I had to go through those motions. That's like practical step by step. That's what would happen. I got to figure out where those issues are coming from. I probably need to journal so it'll help me identify what those things are. Then I have to be willing to sit in it so I can figure out what is the actual feeling that I'm experiencing.
mm.
What is it at the root, at the core? If it's a valid feeling, brother, sister, sit in it.
Yep.
Sit in it. Do not run. If you need to cry, cry. If it pains you, it's okay. If you need support, ask, can you get on this call with me? I can't be on camera with you right now. Can you just listen to me? Yeah, that's fine. Surround ourselves with people who will allow us to feel those things. It's very, very important. It's extremely, extremely important. If you can go through those parts of the steps, like we were talking about earlier, then the change will come. Because eventually, it's not that I forget about it or it doesn't bother me anymore. It stings a little bit less, no doubt. But I find different reasons to sort of transform that feeling. Instead of it immediately making me sad and hurt, I'm like, we talked about earlier, now maybe I feel a little more inspired. I feel a little more motivated. That's what I tried to model to you guys a little bit ago. I've tried to take so much of my personal pain and let it fuel me with an unrelenting desire to try to help other people. That to me is like my sole purpose for being here in everything that I do. So I hope that we can all find different ways to take those experiences, to take whatever it is that we go through and sort of metamorphosize it, change it through this process that we're talking about. So maybe it benefits you more importantly in the outcome, but maybe you get to benefit somebody else too, man. Wouldn't that be awesome? If you can help be a part of somebody else's evolution in their journey.
What you just said is truly the definition of embracing the uncomfortable. Literally, from a technical and practical standpoint, that's what embracing the uncomfortable is all about. It's really allowing for that metamorphosis, like you said, to happen, giving yourself the required necessary time that you need to make that shift and allow yourself to turn pain into empowerment, to turn pain into growth and suffering into healing. And that's the whole point of embracing the uncomfortable. That's the reason we're here on this call today, because we want you to understand that all of those moments have power within them. It's up to us to really find that power that's in those moment situations that we might experience through life, and that I can assure you most likely will continue to experience in your life. And it's all about how we deal with those situations when they come up. Because hard times will happen eventually. If you haven't had a hard time, you probably will have one later on, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have the responsibility, and most importantly, we have the power to deal with those situations accordingly. So
yes,
use that uncomfortability. Definitely, I challenge you to use that uncomfortability as a catalyst to create true change in your life and create true healing that you can share not only with yourself but with the people around you.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That to me is one of the greatest ways. You talk about transforming. That to me is one of the greatest ways, almost the most purest way to transform some of the most hurtful pain you can experience into something beautiful. Truly. It's like take the thing, like again, we're talking about our example, this running example is losing a loved one. That's some of the most painful experience you're ever going to go through in your life. I'm not saying that it minimizes anything else, but I'm just, we need to be real here. It's probably going to be one of those painful experiences you have. For those of you that haven't lost a parent or, God forbid, a child or a friend, it's going to be one of those experiences we know inevitably we all going to face, right? But if I can find a way to take some meaning from that, and let me connect with somebody else and maybe help them deal with whatever they're dealing with at that time. You have no idea how amazing you're going to feel being able to be there for somebody, but also just in your own life, seeing how you transition from that one point to another. I was so hurt, I didn't want to get out of bed. I was so anxious, I didn't leave my house, right? People go through these experiences. But I'm trying to take what I've gone through, take those challenging experiences, all that come with it. I want to put it to something positive. It doesn't happen overnight, but I want to take it, I want to utilize it, let it fuel me. Maybe I can benefit other people while we're talking on this call today. Maybe it helps me with like another family member who may be struggling in a similar way, because we're maybe all going through a similar version of this, especially in the era of COVID. Like I'm I'm sure a lot of people have gone through that experience. I think that sometimes we undercut the value and the importance of that. So I challenge everybody to truly give themselves that space and that opportunity to sit in those feelings. I don't care how uncomfortable they are. A lot of times they're necessary, right? Depression is something we're all going to experience.
Mm-hmm.
Anxiety is something we are all going to experience at various points throughout our life. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you fundamentally. It doesn't mean you're fundamentally a broken person. It just means it is a response to something. It's a response to something. So if you felt that, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. But it does mean my body's trying to tell me I need to address this. I need to do something about it because I don't want to stay in this mental and emotional space forever. I don't want to drag another brick in this sled for the rest of my life.
I'm trying to sprint. Like,
I'm trying to run. I'm trying to run out of here, man. I don't want to have to keep dealing with this stuff. I don't want to bring all this baggage, right? Usually people understand it in terms of baggage. I don't want to keep bringing this baggage into like my relationships and into my job and my friends and relationship with my kids. I'm tired, right? I'm tired. I don't want to deal with it no more. Let's give ourselves a space. Let's actually attack it. But the first step, the purpose of the call is you have to be willing to sit in it. Do not think you can get past that part. There's no way. Trust me. If I could tell you that secret solution, I would tell you right now. I don't want any of you to feel that pain. Trust me. Right. But I don't know the way. We have to go through it. And it's okay. It's a natural part of our existence on this planet. But it does matter how we choose to look at it. I can get defeated. I can put that hurdle in front of me. And guess what? I jumped over all the other ones that I couldn't control. I made it over all of them. But that one that I put in front of me, I tripped on it. I fell. Now I'm struggling to finish the race. My ankles, my shins all banged up. Now I'm like, man, do I want to run anymore? I got like 800 more meters. I don't know if I can do it anymore. How about I just don't put that hurdle there in the first place? Then I don't have to trip over it.